No, that is not the one. The smaller blue booklet.
It's that one.
Whose affidavit is there, appearing at page 81?
Affidavit of Edwin Mutuma Murangiri.
Mutuma Murangiri confirms that he is not related by blood or by any other familial relationship with the first gentleman. Is that what is averred in that affidavit?
In which paragraph?
The paragraph 3 specifically. Can you read for us paragraph 3 of that affidavit?
That I hereby depone that I have no familiar ties with Her Excellency Honorable Governor Kawira Mwangaza, neither am I a nephew and or related in any other manner with the Governor's husband, Morega Baichu, as alleged in the impeachment motion.
Have you filed a counter affidavit to dispute what appears on oath by one Edwin Mutuma?
No.
You have not. Do you know when Edwin Mutuma was employed by the county assembly, by the county government of Meru?
From your response, I saw he was employed in 2017.
2017. Was Honorable Kawira the governor in 2017?
Of course not.
Of course not. So the governor could not have influenced the employment of this gentleman.
The allegation is not in regards to the employment of Edwin as an auditor, but as the acting CEO of MYS and the chief of finance.
But you called him a relative to the governor?
Yes.
Let us go back to Nefat Kenywa. When was Nefat Kenywa, who we've confirmed is not the husband to Miriam, employed by the county government of Meru? When was he employed?
Get me to the relevant page.
To ease your work, look at page 343 of the governor's bundle of documents. When was Nefat employed as per that letter of employment?
340.
343 of the governor's exhibit of documents.
4th May 2016.
4th May 2016.
Yes.
Was Honorable Kawira the governor then?
No.
Could she have caused the employment of Nefat Kenywa so that she can benefit from a relative?
The allegation is not still written to the employment as a pharmaceutical technologist, but as the acting director external linkages.
We will get to that. But could the governor have employed him in 2016? No. You have caused a lot of motions and distortion on the governor's sisters. One, Rose Guantai. Is Rose Guantai an employee of Meru County government, to the best of your knowledge?
No, but she has been seconded to the office of the governor.
Is she an employee of the county government? Does she draw any salary or remuneration from the county government?
No.
She does not.
But she draws some benefits.
Are you aware that Rose has been the governor's PA since her time at the National Assembly?
No.
Would it shock you to know that Rose has been the governor's security since her days at the National Assembly?
You saying PA?
Yes, Rose.
I'm confused, Honorable Speaker. Because the council indicated that Rose is the PA and now he is also indicating.
Sorry, I'm talking about Miriam.
Council, just repeat the question to the
Yes.
witness.
Would it shock you to know that Miriam Gwantai has been the governor's PA since her days at the National Assembly?
I don't it.
Do you know that for a fact?
I'm not aware,
Yes.
but I know that she is currently the PA to the governor.
I refer you to page 1 of our bundle of documents. Do you see a document appearing therein? Do you see that document? They run all through from page 1 to 16. Do they concern the issue of appointment of Miriam as the governor's PA? Confirm that they do.
Yes, they do.
Thank you. Let's go to page 18. There is a document in the letterhead of Kenya Police Service. What is that document?
Request for security, Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, MP, Meru County.
Do you confirm that the contents of that letter indicate that Rose is an officer employed by Kenya Police Service?
Yes.
You do.
Yes, I do.
So it is then not right to try and distort facts and purport that the governor has employed her sisters in the county government.
There is no way in the motion that I've indicated that the governor has employed Rose in the county government of Meru.
Does the governor have a right to have
Yes,
a
she
bodyguard of her choice?
Yes, she has.
Does the governor have a right to have a PA of her choice?
Yes, she does.
So there is nothing wrong for the governor to have two of her sisters serving as a governor and a security. That is what you're confirming.
Of which I have not alleged so.
You have no problem with that?
I have no problem with that.
Thank you. So then, if these two officers, who you have no problem serving in their capacities, are seen to do duties that are done by other PAs, by other security officers, would you have a problem?
None whatsoever.
None whatsoever. Thank you. You have sensationally claimed that funds have been embezzled by the governor through her sisters and relatives. In your notice of motion for impeachment, is there anywhere where one Edwin Mutuma Murangeri is seen to receive money for and behalf of the governor? In your notice of motion for impeachment, is there anywhere?
Come again?
Is there anywhere in your notice of motion for impeachment where Edwin Mutuma is seen receiving money for and behalf of the governor?
No.
No.
Yes.
So when you said that the governor was embezzling funds through one of our relatives called Edwin Mutuma Murangeri, you lied.
Edwin Mutuma Murangeri is not a relative in isolation. The other relatives who have been
I am
accused.
specifically asking about one relative, Edwin Mutuma. Is there anywhere in the IFMIS or anywhere in your evidence where Mutuma Edwin receives money?
No.
No. So then you lied when you said that this gentleman, number one, was related to the governor, and number two, that he was used to embezzle funds.
No.
You did not lie.
Yes.
Let us go to Nefat Kenywa. In which office is Nefat Kenywa, who we have confirmed is not the husband to Miriam, serve? In which office does he serve?
He was designated to serve in the office of the deputy governor.
The deputy governor.
Then later he was also appointed in an acting capacity as the director external leakages.
You confirm that the letter appearing at page 345 shows the position which Mr. Nefat Kenywa serves. (345) of our documents. You confirm that fact?
Yes.
You confirm. Which position is he offered at the office of the deputy governor?
As at 8th September 2022, he was offered the position of an administrator in the office of the governor.
Administrator, office of the governor.
Yes.
Now, your own evidence, and before we go to your own evidence, Mr. Mawera, you do not have a background in finance, do you?
No.
You do not. You also have not trained in auditing or accounting.
Yes.
So then your interpretation and application of figures, finance, is that of an amateur. We agree, just like me. It is not the opinion of an expert.
It is not, but
it is not an opinion of an expert.
It is not, but for this motion, we consulted our financial experts in the assembly.
Your financial experts, have they filed a report?
Sorry?
Your financial experts, have they filed a report?
No.
As a matter of fact, you have a finance committee.
Yes.
Did the finance committee generate a report touching on the usage of funds that you have talked about today?
They sought a clarification from the CCM Finance, who declined to avail the same to the assembly.
Mr. Mawera, you have provided an extract of IFMIS.
Yes.
That is what you've relied on to show that the governor has embezzled funds.
Of course, yes, because there was no alternative source of information since the CCM Finance refused, after a request from the assembly, to give a clarification.
So are you impeaching the governor because you did not get a clarification, or because you are convinced that the governor embezzled funds?
Of course, if we are aware, you hold information that is helpful to this matter, and if the contrary, you decline to give the same information, then we infer that whatever you have is true.
So you inferred?
Yes.
There was no conclusive determination that there was embezzlement of funds. We should be clear on that.
There was never a contrary opinion from the governor's office.
Contrary opinion. Neither was there any confirmation. Isn't it?
From who?
From an expert? From a committee of the House? From the Auditor General?
The committee requested for information so that they can make a conclusion from the CCM Finance, who declined to give that information that they have, and they have that information with them.
Thank you. As the Controller of Budget flagged any of the entries as being inappropriate?
It is not the duty of the Controller of Budget.
As the Controller of Budget, to the best of your knowledge, flagged any of those? There is a report that came out last week. Was any of the expenditures flagged out, to the best of your knowledge?
Flagged out on what?
On misappropriation of funds.
The Controller of Budget does it flag.
Was there or was there any flagging of any expenditure as being misappropriate or not?
I'm saying the Controller of Budget doesn't flag misappropriation of funds.
Honorable Evans, please proceed to answer the question as asked.
Well, then, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Mawera, I also want you to confirm that the basis of your claim for embezzlement of county funds and withdrawal of county funds is based on a complaint by one Celestio Mutuma. You have relied heavily on that complaint.
Yes, because the complaint was addressed to the assembly through a petition, in form of a petition.
Was it addressed to the assembly or to the EACC?
It was addressed to different bodies, even the Senate has a copy, and also the copy was sent to the assembly.
And we look at the document appearing at page 1 of your own exhibits, volume 2, honorable senators. Page 1. To whom is that complaint addressed?
Come again?
To whom is that complaint addressed?
The CEO, Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission.
EACC.
Yes.
Is that the body by statute and constitution mandated to investigate corruption?
Corruption, yes.
Has there been any report or response, to the best of your knowledge, to that complaint?
I'm not aware of any.
You're not aware. Is a complaint in itself conclusive as evidence of misappropriation and embezzlement of funds?
Because there was no contrary information
Is
given.
it a conclusive evidence of misappropriation?
No.
When was that complaint raised?
August
11th of August. That date is very crucial, Mr. Kawira. Let us go specifically to funds received by the so-called governor's relatives. I want you to go to page 52 of our bundle of exhibits. Actually, just move on to page 54. There is a letter there. Yes?
Yes.
That letter is by whom?
Nchamba Bethe Harrison Getonga.
What does the letter request? Facilitation for whom?
The foreign officers, my copy is not clear.
Your copy is not clear?
Yeah, but I can see from the names that have been indicated, we
Yes.
have His Excellency Reverend Isaac Mutuma, Nefat Kenya, Francis Mukira, and Christopher Getonga.
You confirm that the facilitation requested in that letter have nothing to do with the governor. In fact, they were to facilitate a trip by His Excellency the Deputy Governor.
Yes.
That is what you flagged out at page 19 to 25 of your complaint. Confirm that is the position.
Page.
Are we together?
Page.
Page 19 to 25
Of which bundle?
of your bundle, your own bundle.
19.
Yes. Sorry, page 12.
I'm on page 12.
go back to page 55. What appears at page 55 of our documents?
We have a list of names and money and days and amount paid.
Who were paid?
Isaac Mutuma, Nefat Kenya, Francis Mokira, and Christopher Gitonga.
You have specifically flagged out invoice number 69116. In your extract of IFMIS.
On page?
A minute. I need time to reorganize my thoughts on that. Let me proceed on another issue as I do that. I will revisit that issue, but for now, let's proceed to the issue of the Okolea program. You have accused the governor of using county funds and resources for the Okolea program.
Yes.
Have you produced any evidence before Senate to show that indeed funds and other county resources have been used to promote Okolea programs?
Yes, we have done that by playing a video and also going through a charge sheet.
A charge sheet.
For members who are employees of the public, persons who are employees of the county government.
Let us look at that video once again. What was the name of that video, the one that you played?
Video in support of Count 1.
And you play that video? That is the video that you claim is evidence of use of county funds and resources.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Kawira, we watched this video. I do not want to eat all my time watching it again. What is it specifically you picked from that video as evidence of use of county resources and funds?
The video is in support of the sworn affidavit by a police officer that is before a competent court of law that there were county government vehicles that were stoned during the aftermath of that rally.
I have asked you a very specific question. You have produced a video before the Senate as confirmation of use of county resources and funds. In that video, what is it that you pick out that supports your claim of use of public funds?
Stoning of vehicles which are part of county resources.
Wait a minute, I am struggling to understand.
Towards the end, the video can play. Towards the end of the video.
This is your evidence, Mr. Kawira. You want the Senate to rely on that clip as evidence of use of public funds. And I'm asking you a simple question. In that video, is there anywhere, is there anything that proves use of public funds? It's a yes or no?
Honorable Speaker, that cannot be a yes or no question because it's not an isolated evidence.
Let us look at the much relied upon affidavit by the investigating officer.
Sorry?
Let us look at the affidavit by the investigating officer. That is the one appearing at page 45 of your bundle of documents, volume 2. Is that the one? Is that the one?
Page 45, yes.
Specifically, paragraph 8 of that affidavit?
Yes.
What does that paragraph read?
That the respondents and their group damaged several motor vehicles belonging to the county government of Meru and for some individuals. Registration numbers KAX 574, I don't know if that is VOY, and KCB 845F.
This is an event that was covered by media, right?
Yes.
Is there any single video, any single picture or photo of a government vehicle in that function?
We have seen vehicles being stoned in that video.
Is there any photo of a government vehicle?
Under the circumstances, it might have been hard to capture exactly a government vehicle, but we have seen from the clip vehicles being stoned and some in the form of government vehicles that are used by the
simple answer is that there is no evidence to support that assertion that government vehicles were present. Yes or no?
From the video?
From your evidence, Mr. Kawira, you are the one who seeks the government.
And the sworn affidavit here has clearly indicated that government vehicles were destroyed during the mayhem.
What county vehicle, motor vehicles were destroyed?
They are not captured by the affidavit that we are relying on, that was made by a competent police officer.
Kindly go to page 352 of our bundle of documents. 352 and 353. Are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
There is an official search of from the Register of Motor Vehicles.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
To whom is the motor vehicle KAX 574Y registered?
It's registered under the name Walangula.
Pardon?
It's registered under the name Walangula.
That is an individual, a private citizen.
Yes.
To whom is motor vehicle KCB 845F registered at page 353?
The Lewa Wildlife Conservancy.
Lewa?
Wildlife Conservancy.
So again, that is not the county government of Meru.
I have not alleged so.
Mr. Kawira, you have been part and parcel of the Okolea program. Am I right?
Only once.
Only once.
Yes.
Which date was that? This was You can post there. I want to combine that video with 1C in our list of videos. Can you play 1C?
Gavana wetu na wanda wene bonde Bwana Yesu asifiwe, nisalimie mahali ulipo. Bwega sana. Wonde tawandie MKMC wa Bogeta West na Baruguru. Na ande bala batu dingatete kanyuma ibaije itoiketia gavana tiru. Lakini na ande nindo nokire. Na umasauru na ande kitabu Paulo. Na ndio wasema nani? Okay, Paulo. Na ndio ndongera kiendesi ya mama. Na toa ticha mono tukera watoka le opposition, angana ndeto ni tegogera opposition. Bana mapera tuite opposition bonge ile Nairobi na bato nyaki RUTO. Ende na aja mero president wetu arato goitaka na wiki ya ndo wetu tuite opposition na tuko na tuito. Kile singo na nini yali ndio bwani na uga mimi sasa kishwa mimi sitawekwa uoga gavana Kawira anga mu support ulao kutokana no ete antunya itekia boge tanete antunye andoba boge taiba ina imani na nani na ina imani na decision ya kwa support Kawira na ina imani na Kawira na ndio kwa watu kwa nakuwa tukinga kuingira blitz ndekera kumi bila mbelezi tio mbako avoinwa bakaba nerede aya bakolemwa nyona mtu akiogera akagerio ingira utiomba bakogera komi ge koneka ibo wote kia koneka bani wengine ndio wala kuya komi ge koneka hapo komole temesa bojaza baba kweta Facebook bagekera nabo kawangabana nani batire mwakweza na leo oboteza na lenge nandike no unyoroka na aja mporo wambere ya ndoa na munya oga munya no moena waja wa ugakira ito no moena wa Kawira no moena ene na ndio oboterere kira su chomba ro na bani tikira kira na bana to kudura to ne ro gaita ngoge basale ngomwete na to ka primary akorega na ndio Kawira ngene na we mporo asiende ati na Kawira akara mega koni gara akarira na nyatomba kwa mendi katibe endelea ukaro wako wewe atikwenda kuwa akara mega koni ainge matu ana akara memero etekungi no tugera na withra ngugi na leo nina jirani ne kavanga ya baba seni hapo tuko naona kajo nyo na leo kwa wewe kebele akalenge bwana hapo kauna yale ibana na wakuga mboro ahende na wakale naona ile viaona kuga badi vya oversight eto ngabekirande kirekeranga abunge bakenya kulingana na wajaro wana performance ndene bunge ate gotioneke tenyo momero gotetera meru beye nkandikera kwero tokuga nguru beye majani ke kunoka na ala Mombasa tokuga ngere majani jano mira 120 na maja left otoko gamba ina ngeba latina utera ibere bakobia website anga oversight anga Kawira bategete na bunge otokuoneka na kukinyomo itotetai hawa iketo kudibyake batira ne mama temu ke bato baba iketo kwa kamwana Nairobi Kawira to itirango keto kwete na leo ntometo na baba mtu naita ngogera aerwe ngogera goitangoge na ya birikare ne mitoto na iketi na mama Nairobi otomo kubwe koroga ruto ndo president wa RUTO na Nairobi bale ajumbe tema president wetu aja na tuto MCA mama obo kuona kama na Kawira na leo hatuna hatia zao watio koroga ruto ro watu tuendelee kukoroga Kawira abana na tutembo litangoge toleka ya president no tunamu ana kigena kamera na nao kega abwega to manemye atoke uno omugongo na nao twitira nguye bakwatene na MCA bonda tutongera ti majority wetu ajo mwega muno mawera na tugendera guteja miru ije na tugendera guitanguge itoendelea kurombera mama na gokaregi to inkoro nyaba gucandira na bakuruma cyo tonyo na tugendera go support na okore endelea nawe wakwajwa afyaje wamuipera naye dada.
Thank you, Mr. Mawira. You were present in that function, clearly. We can see you from the video.
Yes, I was present.
And one of the MCAs is speaking in that video.
Yes.
What was the name of that? What is the name of that MCA?
Honorable Kyogora Dennis.
An MCA from which ward? Which county?
Abogeta West.
Mr. DMK raises pertinent issues about Okolea and the leaders of Meru and the threats that the governor is facing in respect of Okolea and her programs. Is that true or false?
Mr. DMK is only indicating that there's no problem in the governor continuing the Okolea program at that moment.
At that moment?
Yes.
Let us go to video number 20, rather KMV 20 of our documents.
Yenkerie MC Wato Mawira atumure na maromba Ningirani MC Wato Mawira Jenkabira Kuno Natrombeli Ewa mwangani mtura moyo Wana uondele dine eburo Uombela vila miona wana vila viteona kwa Tuwaja mwadanya jubele Amela tuwaja kumula juju wana hapa na njekwa na kanisa yakwa mchokeko mbibwele na mbona maalwa kila kilaunike ndila kilaunike maanyu henu ndila kilaunike ya kanisa wanasifiwe intobiria ukuona kiani negeke kinyama ikiele mkwari leo kinyama ikuele tukinyeke kinyanga lile ya ndega kinye itobila byonde tukaeja na boutique ngotere ke bikani kiryo inkwenda gushokeria ashora bakwa bombe kano balabona ndio kole abantu kirwe naru akarukire ntore ombukiriye gitandene ni mheshimiwa wa Ntura yeje Imbezzlement. Mheshimiwa Imbezzlement alingalingira mwali kama pema mbele kanisani aleta shilingi mwamwe ngiri ezanya lemwe ambera
ikira ngalisia kumekucha. Kinya waga unge ongera ruingiti ya bajuju. Nani gari makamia? Kabati. Kaenda heshimiwa wetu mareaja, tuena DMK, tuena Aaron, beza watu kegi na ike mwambe mzile tauangi.
Mwambere na tubara makameme bamurike mwega na batini batini. Murandi juni tuokolea. Maaki itu tukuruka ya budget kira itangu wendene kaunti ya Meru. Kaunti assembly ya Meru na ini mikagia mungi di majority nina. Na iko na kukonfirm na kukuzira na wekira kirore utesi ndikinyemwe kwa kurukia ya meza chirikari kenda murandi ne jokolea. Wao unaokuria kurandi jokolea kiuria aliuria manto ja muntu kiumbe kurandi jwa gavana Kawira Mwangaza na familia yawe na kanisa yawe. Na hikyo na robo kwa tote kwa ale mando mengeja thirikari. Nundu naru imurandi joringi biankia, joringi bia muntu jangi no tweri, joringi bia muntu bara bayo mabati. Totingi bitura twa mirengeti. Oro kuma na makoko komo aja, na oro kuma na mattress na mando jauja kale sawasa. Ukiugira mwindi kukwere ndomunga ake kama nari ngibio mungu ora kuma. Na ndio oro kutinda kuria kiuria gyokolea. Nete arete biawe na familia yawe na ntubao enjari ngibia ntubankia. Sisa sawa. Wao kiuria gyokuba nande ukagita mbotinda kuingiria murandi gyokolea kuria bioria bia mbesinyo chirio cha thirikari. Namba 2 wasibwa gavana nontu utenga bana ndio kinyanturezi. Uria ndo bai bangurite meange etano ere ragirire na ezi etano yeto ile kubeli kwega sana. Na utenga bana ndio kinyikia kuguru haja.
Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Mawira, that was as recent as 13th of August 2023, correct?
Yes.
13th of August 2023.
Yes.
Confirm that you are hosting.
Yes, it was in my ward.
That was in your ward. The governor says that you woke her up with a donation of 100,000 to support Okolea program, to fuel her vehicles and to buy the donations. Is that what she says?
Yes, because the program was coming to my ward, so I opted to support.
You opted to support. You also, in your speech, I heard saying that it is the county assembly that passes budgets, and there is no budget allocation that has been given to Okolea program. Is that right?
That is true.
Is that still your position today, that no county funds have been budgeted or used by the Okolea program?
You see, what we have alleged for in the motion is that county government resources were used. There is no specific money or budgetary allocation for vehicles to go, government vehicles to go for rallies and employees to participate in private charities. So that is my allegation.
You are also a public officer, to my best understanding.
Yes,
so are you then wrong to have participated in that private charity organization and program?
I participated because it was in my ward. I was hosting the governor of Meru, whom I'm not prohibited from a company. And also at that point, because it's a point when you are seeking peace so that we can forge a working relationship with the governor, therefore that is what made me to be there, and I supported in my individual capacity or personal capacity.
So then if the program goes to another ward and not your ward, that is when you have a problem. If it comes to your ward, you can support it. If it goes to another ward, it's
I have not indicated so.
The video that we first played, and there's a reason why I wanted it played first. Again, the governor was visiting your ward.
Yes, she was there to commission a bridge that had been constructed using funds budgeted for in the previous regime.
Confirm that was on 2nd of August 2023.
Thereabout.
Yes. Confirm that in your speech, you're saying that the governor is facing threats and fights from other leaders, and that you're going to protect her because she's a performer.
I indicated that oversight role shouldn't be used to play politics. That is what indicated in the video, and saying that it is the role of the county assembly to it is the first in line to play the oversight role for the county government of Meru. That is what I did.
You are also on record praising the governor for the numerous projects in your ward.
Yes, I ran a list of projects that have been brought to my ward through the governor or the support of the governor that day.
So, Mr. Kawira, what problem do you have with the governor in terms of our Korea program, specifically?
Conflicting usage of government resources and private charity. That
Government resources that you have
was
not-
subject to a previous impeachment process in this house.
Government resources that you are unable to produce any evidence in support of.
I've indicated the evidence in my...
And to my last question on the Okolea program, all Okolea programs are done on Sundays. Am I
Yes,
right?
yes,
Sunday is not a working day.
yes,
There is no government employee who works on Sunday.
that's true.
So if someone chooses to then participate in a charitable organization on a Sunday, would that be wrong despite them being government officers?
It will be wrong.
You have seen politicians go to churches on Sundays and make their donations.
Yes,
Is there anything wrong with that?
nothing wrong.
Thank you. You have also accused the governor of nepotism and related practices. And to support that charge, you have accused the governor of fraudulently misrepresenting our relatives as technical team. I'm talking about the China trip.
Yes,
You did confirm to this house that Miriam is the governor's PA,
yes, and also a sister.
and also her sister. You also confirmed that Rose is the governor's bodyguard.
Yes, and
Or
also
security.
a sister.
Do you confirm that these two officers, by virtue of their offices, travel with the governor? By virtue of their offices, have to be where the governor is?
Outside the country?
Do you confirm that the governor is supposed to be accompanied by the PA and a bodyguard when she travels in and outside the country?
Yes, but Rose is not the only bodyguard to the governor.
Rose is the security to the governor.
Not the only one. Not the only one.
Rose is a security attached to the governor,
Yes.
whether bodyguard or not,
Yes, but not the only one.
but not the only one. So you confirm there is nothing wrong with the governor's security and the PA accompanying her for any trip, either local or foreign?
Yes, I confirm.
Yes, you confirm. Let us go to the impugned letter of invitation. The one that appears at page 68 of your own document. 60 of your own document. It's volume 2. of volume 2 of the County Assembly's document. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. The invitation is to the governor. Correct?
Correct.
That letter does not dictate who the governor travels with. Does it?
It doesn't.
It doesn't. That letter also confirms at the second last paragraph that all the expenses relating to the trip will be covered by the company making the invitation,
Yes, it is indicated.
including accommodation and tickets. Yes?
Yes.
You also confirm that to the best of your knowledge, no per diems were paid by the county government of Meru to facilitate this trip.
I can confirm, neither allege.
You have no evidence to show that any of the persons who traveled were paid per diems by the county assembly, by the
Yes,
county
because I
government.
have not alleged so.
Your main issue is that the governor misrepresented her relatives as the technical team.
That is true.
And by that, you're relying on the letter appearing at page 68 of your document.
A letter from the county secretary and end of public service.
Yes. So we first confirm that it is not the governor who wrote that letter.
It is the county secretary of the county government of Meru.
It is not the governor who wrote
Yes.
that letter.
So the
use of
invitation letter was addressed to the governor.
It is not the governor who wrote that letter, Mr. Mawira.
Yes,
Thank you.
but the invitation, I'm saying yes, but
It's
the
a simple
invitation
answer, Mr.
letter,
Mawira. A simple answer, it is not the governor. It is the county secretary who describes the following persons as the technical team. The
Yes.
four people: Dr. George Mungania,
yes,
Miriam Gwantai,
yes,
Nefat Kenywa,
yes,
Mr. Murangeri.
yes.
First of all, Mr. Nefat, we have confirmed, is not a relative to the governor. He is not married to the sister.
I have not confirmed that.
There is no evidence. In fact, we have proved that he is not. There is no evidence to counter that, isn't it? Yes or no, Mr. Mawira?
Sorry?
There is no evidence to counter the evidence that we have
You
produced.
said
to show
it is
that-
the public domain, it's public knowledge.
Thank you.
Honorable Evans, let me just remind you that you're under oath. And you swore to say that, to speak the truth, nothing but the truth.
Oblige, Honorable Speaker.
Mr. Mawira, the first paragraph of that letter appearing at page 68 speaks of the object of this trip.
On page?
68.
Uh-huh.
Let me read for you. Following the invitation of the governor of Meru by Beijing League Tech Co. Limited of Beijing City, the following technical team is hereby released from 7th June to 17th June 2023 to prepare and guide on the following. Is it your understanding that this team was only meant to visit and prepare and guide on the visit? This was actually not the actual visit, Mr. Mawira. Is
Just
that
a moment.
letter clear on what the county secretary is communicating?
Come again?
I am asking you, the letter appearing at page 68, the first paragraph confirms the purpose for which these four people were traveling, to prepare and guide on the following.
Yes.
So this then was an advance team to prepare for the visit.
It is not indicated so.
Read the last line in that paragraph 1, where it begins, the following technical team. What does it say?
It says
Yes.
to prepare and guide on the following, and it goes ahead to list the specifics.
Following, proceed. Read the letter as it is. Do not rewrite the letter, Mr. Mawira. What does the letter say? The following technical team is hereby
Released from 7th June to 17th June 2023 to prepare and guide on the following. 1. Visit.
to prepare and guide. To prepare and guide, Mr. Mawira.
Yes, those are the ones.
Thank you. You have accused the governor of misrepresenting the capacities under which these people were traveling. I want you to look at the letter appearing at page 77. First of all, the page appearing at page 68. What is the date of that letter?
It's dated on 6th May.
26 May.
20.
There is another letter dated, rather appearing at page 77 of the same document. What is the date of that letter?
Page
77.
6th June.
6th June. That letter comes after the first letter.
Yes.
Now, we have the same people again described and their capacity under which they are traveling stated in that table. Can you see that?
Yes.
What is the designation and definition of Dr. George Mungania?
CCM Health.
Is Dr. Mungania CCM Health?
Yes, he is.
Is there any misrepresentation by the county secretary towards that individual?
None.
None. The second individual is Miss Miriam K. Gwantai. She described in what capacity?
As the PA to the governor.
The PA to the governor. Again, is Miriam the PA to the governor?
Yes, she is.
Is there any misrepresentation in their definition?
In their title designation, none.
None. Mr. Nefat Kenyomeme is the director of external linkages. True or false?
At that point, he was the acting director.
Thank you. Of external linkages.
Yes.
Is there any misrepresentation, okay, of the capacity under which he was traveling?
For his designation, no.
Mr. Murangeri Kenneth is said to be in the administration. Murangeri is part of the security of the governor. True or false?
Sorry?
Mr. Kenneth Murangeri is part of the governor's security detail.
Yes, he is part.
So when he is described as part of the administration, is there any misrepresentation?
Yes.
How so?
He is a police officer, security officer.
Mr. Murangeri, in fact, is an administration officer employed by the AP.
But he thought to have been clearly indicated administration police.
Let me rephrase my question. You said that the governor's relatives were misrepresented
As a technical team.
as a technical team on matters health.
Yes.
Is there anywhere in this letter where they are?
Yes, because they are
Describe
not technical personnel in matters relating to cancer.
Show me in any of the letters, Mr. Mawera, where any of these four individuals, apart from the first person, Dr. George Mungania, is described as a medical personnel.
I show you what? Sorry?
Anywhere in the letters in respect of the China trip, where any of these four individuals have been misrepresented as people with health qualification or
In
health
a letter,
qualifications. Yes.
on page 68, from the county secretary to the principal secretary, State Department of Devolution, the county secretary designates them as a technical team to visit lunar oncology plant for the manufacture of radiologic unit for cancer treatment, also the X-ray unit assembly plant and C-arm units, low-cost affordable housing company with a capacity of 10,000 units in line with Meru County government plan for low economy housing, Futong guided agricultural machinery development and value addition tools as noted in the university, sorry, to be visited, and what international cooperation of zone, whatever the name, zone, that name can offer Kenya, and then they are designated as a technical team, whereas none has a background knowledge in either cancer treatment, construction, or agriculture.
Mr. Mawera, the letter of 6th June has confirmed what the use and meaning of the word technical is.
Which letter?
They have been defined.
Which letter?
The one dated 6th of June. We have just gone through it.
Yes.
You have also told the Senate that the governor did not seek clearance for this trip. Therefore, she had no intentions of traveling. Is that still your position?
Yes, there is no that it is indicated so.
Let's go straight to page 86 of your own documents, Mr. Mawera. There is a letter there dated 5th June 2023. Are we there?
Yes, I'm there.
To whom is the letter addressed?
The Principal Secretary, Minister of Foreign Affairs.
What is the reference of that letter?
Facilitation to travel to China, County Government of Meru.
Who are the persons whose clearance is sought from the Ministry of Devolution, from the Department of Devolution? Number one, there is a table there. Who is that person?
Her Excellency Kawira Mwangaza, Governor.
Number 2,
Dr. George Mungania,
capacity.
CCM Health.
Number 3,
Ms. Miriam K. Gwantai, PA to Governor.
number 4,
Mr. Nefat Kenya Meme, Direct External Linkages.
number 5.
Mr. Murangiri, Kenyan Administration.
So then you lied to the Senate when you said that the governor had not sought clearance. Is this seeking clearance to the best of your understanding and knowledge?
Sorry?
Does this letter seek clearance for the governor's travel to China?
In that letter that was from that came from the office of the Principal Secretary, Ministry, State Department for Devolution, but from the letter on page 77.
I am interested in the letter appearing at page 86. Does the governor seek clearance for the China trip?
She is in that list.
Does she seek clearance? Yes or no?
Let me read the contents of the letter. We have received it's about facilitation to travel to China, County Government of Meru. We have received a request from County Government of Meru via letter, that one dated 26th May. If I refer to the letter that is dated 26th May, there is nowhere that the governor is included in the list of the members to travel.
Kawira, we cannot read and understand. I am asking you a simple question. Does that letter of 5th of June 2023 seek the governor's clearance to travel?
The letter was about facilitation of issuance of visas, not clearance to travel.
To a trip to China?
Yes.
Thank you. Have you read the affidavit of George Mungania, Gikunda Mungania, appearing at page 100 of our response? The small blue booklet. Are you there, Mr. Murray?
I'm there.
Page 100.
Yes.
Confirm that George Gikunda Mungania is the CCM Health.
I confirm.
Confirm that he's part of the team that traveled to China.
I confirm.
Confirm that in that affidavit, he is deponing facts in respect of the China trip.
I believe so.
Have you read that response?
Yes.
You have. At paragraph 4, it says that I was among a team invited to China by Beijing League Tech Company Limited, by the letter dated that. The team comprised of 7 individuals, namely, and he lists them. I jump straight to page 14.
Page?
Page 102.
Paragraph 14.
In fact, I would love you to read that paragraph for the Senate.
That we further made a peculiar discovery that Beijing League Company Limited was not affiliated to the Chinese government, nor did it have any physical registered offices in China.
15.
Further, while in China, we were taken through a tour by officials of Beijing League Tech Company Limited to several manufacturing plants as follows. And he has listed Huawei.
You don't have to read all that.
Yes.
Can we proceed to paragraph 17 appearing at 103?
That all these discoveries were made in the course of our reconnaissance mission in China.
Now, Mr. Mawira, this is the person who traveled to China.
Yes.
Made their own investigations and discoveries. They confirm, okay, that the people who invited them, they do not manufacture, neither do even have a physical address in China.
According to the sworn affidavit.
Do you have any other evidence to the contrary?
Of what happened in China, maybe the videos that we played here, that they visited different manufacturing plants in China.
Yes, but the gentleman who traveled and had the benefit of meeting the individuals in China confirms, one, that these people do not have any affiliation with the Chinese government.
I said according to their sworn affidavit, yes.
Yes. That again, that whereas they represented themselves as people who were affiliated with the government, do not even manufacture or own these equipments. That is in the affidavit.
I don't know where they misrepresented themselves, because according to the invitation letter, there's nowhere that they have indicated they are government agency.
That letter is there. We will address it during our submissions. I want you to read paragraph 18 by a person who traveled to China on why they traveled to China. Read for the Senate.
That the invitation letter did not in any way describe the invitees as a technical team, therefore they cannot be described as such. In furtherance to this, the team that was selected to make the pre-visit was an advanced team tasked with the sole responsibility of assessing the situation on the ground in China before the governor's visit.
So, Mr. Mawira, does this confirm, okay, the letter by the county assembly that this was an advanced team?
The letter by?
The county secretary, that this was indeed an advanced team to assess and prepare for the visit.
The county secretary described them in the letter as a technical team. There's no way that he has indicated is an advanced team.
So much of the China trip, Mr. Mawira. Let's proceed to something else. You have also accused the governor of employing, before we go to that, in a related charge, I think it's important. You have also accused the governor of assigning her relatives, sisters, diplomatic duties.
Yes.
Which relatives are we talking about?
Still assist the personal assistant and assist the security personnel.
And to base your accusation, you have attached a Facebook extract from the governor's official page. Is that the only evidence you have attached? For ease of reference, page 94, Mr. Mawira, of your own document.
Yes, it is there.
Okay. I want you to read, and I do not want to belabor on this point, the governor's message on Facebook that you seek to rely on to impeach the governor on the ground that she assigned her sister's diplomatic roles. Kindly read that post.
The county secretary delivered a message of well wishes from Governor of Meru County. They discussed various areas of development partnership. The embassy of Slovak agreeing to partner with Meru County to promote food security, environmental conservation, women empowerment, ICT, trade and economic empowerment. In the coming days, Meru County will receive a donation of 30 computers to promote ICT in vocational training colleges. The farmers will get market linkages for coffee and tea in Slovak. The county will partner with Slovak in promotion of trade, investment and tourism between the two governments. They are agreeing to strengthen bilateral partnerships between the two governments for the benefit of the people of Meru. This will see Meru receive more development aid from Slovak Republic in the coming years, enhancing partnership, maendeleo kapati, serikali ya mama iko imara, team governor ni mama doing excellent. Then there are pictures of the county secretary and the Slovak embassy officers and also of the sisters.
Good. So you have read and understood the governor's message on Facebook.
Yes.
Does she at any point assign her sisters any diplomatic roles?
They were part of the meeting.
I am asking, from her post, from her message, has she assigned any of her sisters any diplomatic roles?
From the post, no.
From the post, no.
Yes.
The only person who is said to have engaged the ambassador is the county secretary.
But from the pictures, it's
The only person who is said from the message to have.
from the post, yes.
From the post, yes.
Facebook post, yes.
Is there anything wrong with the county secretary engaging such a person for and behalf of the governor?
Nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong. So the only issue you have is because there are photos of the governor's PA and security.
The photos there depict the discussions as they were ongoing, whereas the two sisters are involved.
Mr. Mawira, you were not part of those discussions, were you?
The message that I'm getting from the photos.
How about the message you're getting from the governor?
Post,
Does that mean anything, Mr. Mawira?
of course, it means something because it also highlights the agreements between the county government of Meru and the Slovak embassy.
Mr. Mawira, have you read the governor's affidavit in explanation to why the PA and
Yes, I've read it.
the security, the bodyguard was there?
Yes, I read it.
What does the governor say?
She was heading there,
Yes.
and then she got a call from, I don't remember if it's the office of the president or the deputy president, and then she designated this team to go ahead and engage the Slovak embassy.
Thank you. So then, if the governor was supposed to attend to this meeting, she is rerouted to State House and sends her PA and security who accompany her. Is there anything wrong with them appearing at the embassy with the county secretary?
There's no evidence induced that she was rerouted to the State House or deputy president residence.
But there is no evidence also to confirm that these two were engaged in diplomatic duties.
The pictures are there.
Indeed, Mr. Mawira, when you talk of diplomatic duties, what exactly do you have in mind?
Engaging in discussions that will link the partnership between the county government of Meru and the Slovak Republic.
Is international relations a county government function?
Not expressly so.
Thank you. Let us go to the other issue of vilification of leaders. One, Mr. Mawira, you will confirm that you are not part of those leaders that are alleged to have been vilified by the governor. You are not part of those leaders.
I've not alleged so.
You have not alleged so.
Yes.
You make a very good case for the deputy governor of Meru, showing that he has been a victim of vilification and demeaning by the governor. Is that your case?
Yes.
The deputy governor of Meru is not a witness before the Senate, is he?
He has also an affidavit.
Yes, one other
And the
affidavit.
report from the Sectoral Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs that invited him to the assembly after he wrote a letter complaining that he has been excluded from cabinet meetings.
Let us talk about that letter that he wrote. When was that letter written?
The letter addressed to the speaker, in fact, there are two letters.
The date of those letters?
30th August 2023.
30th August 2023. That
Yes.
letter appears in your list of documents at what page?
230
230.
and 231.
Yes. When did the sectoral committee meet the deputy governor?
On Friday, 29th September 2023.
Friday, September 2023. Now, so it is just days to the impeachment motion.
Approximately 30 days after the letter was received by the Speaker.
The Speaker. Thank you. You have relied so much on WhatsApp messages
Yes.
in a group called Third Government 012.
Yes.
You are not a member of that group, are you?
I'm not.
So you're not privy to anything that happens in that group.
This was evidence placed before the County Assembly.
That's not my question, Mr. Mawera. You are not privy to what transpires in that group.
I'm private because we were given these
Mr.
screenshots.
Mawera, private means you have personal knowledge of what happened in that group. Do you have personal knowledge of what happened in this
I
group?
have personal knowledge depending on the screenshots that we received from the governor, deputy governor, sorry.
Do you have first-hand information of what transpired in this
No.
group? You have none. You have none. You have accused one Mcas of removing the deputy governor from this group. And I'm looking at a WhatsApp extract appearing at page 149 of your bundle of documents. Are we there? Are we there, Mr. Mawera?
Just a minute.
For
Page?
149. 149.
Yes, I'm there.
You're there.
Mhm.
There is a notification there saying Mcas removed you.
Yes.
Who is the you referred to in that notification?
According to the evidence brought by the deputy governor to the assembly, it was the deputy governor.
According to you, Mr. Mawera, who is the you that was removed?
It's the deputy governor.
Where is that evidence to show that it was the deputy governor removed? Does his number appear in that notification?
We
Just
have
answer the
knowledge.
question as it is. Does his number appear?
When you are removed from our WhatsApp group,
Does his number appear?
no.
Does his name appear?
No.
Mr. Mawera, the next notification is also a communication on that WhatsApp group. What is the next notification?
From Dr. Gembia, there were.
No. There is one you're ignoring deliberately, Mr. Mawera. After removal, what comes next?
You were added.
You are added.
Yes.
So there is immediate removal and immediate adding.
Yes.
Have you read the affidavit of Mcas explaining what transpired?
Yes.
What has he said?
He says it was mistaken. It was mistakenly.
He was removed by mistake. That was a mistake.
Yes.
Does adding him immediately confirm that indeed it could have been a mistake, which was realized and rectified immediately?
Through the speaker, if you allow me, I can explain, Honorable Speaker, because we have.
Honorable Evans, kindly proceed to answer those questions. Don't engage the chair. You're there to be cross-examined, so listen to the questions and respond to them appropriately.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Please come again.
I am asking, does the notification indicating you are added immediately after removal confirm the assertion by Mr. Mcas that the removal was by mistake?
Yes.
Thank you. I want us to play a video again, two videos again. The video your advocate played, I think it's KMV 15, if I'm not wrong.
Council, just to remind you, you
Yes.
have 30 minutes to go.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is quite important. There is that video that was played with the Deputy Governor chanting. If we could have more volume on that video, kindly. Thank you. Mr. Mawira, you confirm that in that video is the Deputy Governor of Meru.
Yes, he is
You
there.
confirm that he is leading some youths chanting very, for lack of better words, nasty words against the governor.
He is on the front of the crowd.
He's in front of the crowd.
Yes,
You do understand Kimeru language.
I do.
Kindly tell these honorable senators what these youths were chanting, escorting the deputy governor.
From my understanding, they are saying that Kawira has no home,
Correct?
and telling Mutuma that can you refresh my brain, baby, by the playing the video. I explain as it plays.
Kindly replay the video for the witness. Yes, kindly replay the video that has just been played. You can pause now. You have now the advantage of hearing.
Yes, the
What are they saying?
crowd is chanting by saying that Kawira has no home. Kawira has no home. Kawira has no home. And I don't know how to explain.
Kindly proceed. It's quite important we hear from you, Mr. Mawira.
Do you have a transcript?
Mr. Mawira, you do understand Kimeru language.
I'm trying to put it that Nimaraya Ringagawa County, that means maybe she's a prostitute at the county government.
Thank you. That is the deputy governor of Meru.
No, the deputy governor is appearing in front of the crowd.
He is part of the crowd, Mr. Mawira. We cannot see
Yes,
that.
yes, he is part of the crowd.
Yes. So that song is sung in his presence.
He's maybe
There is
running
also a
away from the
message.
crowd chanting that song, I don't know.
Thank you. There is also a message directed at him. What are they telling him to do?
Can we play that part?
Mr. Mawira, I think you're trying to eat into my time.
Honestly, no, but
Honorable Evans, you know that video has been played. I believe this will be the 4th time.
no, that part that he's saying they are sending a message to the deputy governor is where I want it to be plain so that I can
Very well.
paraphrase in my own
Let
words.
it be played, that particular part where
Most
there's a message.
obliged, Honorable Speaker. can post there kindly.
Exact ones, because there is a popular Kimeru song that can always be distorted to give a different message.
Okay,
And that
kindly,
say, yeah,
kindly
yeah,
proceed,
yeah.
proceed with the video. From where it had stopped, kindly. Yes. I think Mr. Mawira, you're able to tell, honestly.
Yes, at that point I'm able to tell. They are saying, yeah, Motuma 399. That is, Mutuma dance with us. When it gets late, we'll escort you to your home.
Mr. Mawira, I believe...
Those are the exact ones.
I believe the Senate will engage their own translators.
Thank you.
But, Mr. Mawira, do you find the conduct of the Deputy Governor honorable? Do you find the conduct of the Deputy Governor in that procession honorable?
I'm not able to discern because, like I said, Mutuma maybe was running away from the crowd chanting the music.
Honorable Evans, stop making assumptions. You've seen the video. You've seen what was happening. The question from council is, do you think that whatever's happening, is it honorable on the part of the Deputy Governor? It's yes or no?
Yes, if we did not, if we really participate in the same, yes, it is not honorable.
Thank you. The natural consequences of these proceedings, should they succeed, is that that person becomes the governor of Meru.
Yes, according to the law.
Is he a person then fit to hold office based on his conduct?
On the conduct seen on the video?
Yes, and I'm getting to the next. But even on that alone, is he a person who demonstrates the honor that befits the office of a governor?
I said if we honestly participate in the same, no.
Thank you. Mr. Mawira, let's go to the violence that took place in an nuclear program. Okay? You are aware of that incident?
Yes, I'm aware.
Which ward did they take place?
Sorry?
Which ward did they take place?
Makiri is in, is it in Kegoya and Bochu?
Where the deputy governor comes from?
Yes.
You are aware that that violence led to the slaughter of a house, of a cow that the governor had donated.
I saw it on video circulated on social media.
Kindly let's play video number KMV 16. Honorable members, I should warn you that it's not a very pleasant video to watch, but we have no choice. You can see the cow is still alive. Right, Mr. Mawira? You can see it's kicking its legs.
It has just been slaughtered.
Thank you. I'm interested in what happens at the end, honorable senators. You can actually stop there. Thank you. That is the same song sung with the procession led by the deputy governor.
According to the video, yes.
Into the video. In fact, the people slaughtering the cow are making certain threats, and I know you've understood what they have said. Kindly tell the senators what they are saying.
They are sending threatening messages to the governor of Meru.
What specific threatening
That
messages?
they will slaughter the governor the same way they are slaughtering the cow.
That's what they are saying.
Yes.
So in your assessment, Mr. Mawira, between the governor and the person who seeks to remove him from office with that kind of violence, who has demonstrated gross violation and dishonor to the office?
Honorable Speaker, I'm not able to attribute this violence to the deputy governor. Therefore, I wouldn't be able to rightfully answer that question.
Mr. Mawira, you confirmed that you had seen that video before.
The one for slaughtering the cow?
Yes.
Yes.
Have you summoned the deputy governor? Have you sought to impeach the deputy governor based on his conduct?
Based on slaughtering of the cow?
Based on his conduct?
Which specific conduct?
The one we've just witnessed, Mr. Mawira.
The one of reading the chant?
Yes.
No, we have not.
You have not. Mr. Mawira, if the governor, who is a woman, is called a prostitute by her own deputy governor, if a cow is slaughtered and people from the deputy governor's backyard threaten to slaughter the same way, isn't the governor entitled to respond to such threats?
She is, of course.
So when she responds to such threats, what is gross? Her response or the act that initiated or triggered the response?
She has not responded to that. I'm not aware of that.
Not aware of that. Mr. Mawira, you have also brought evidence to show that the deputy governor has been vilified and demeaned by what you're calling arbitrary relocation of the deputy governor's office.
Yes.
I want you to go to page 227 of your own volume 2 of your evidence. Page 227, 228, and 229. Let's begin with page 227. This letter, Mr. Mawira, it is a letter communicating the organization of the office of the governor, all CECMs, and all chief officers. You confirm that is the position?
Yes.
They confirm, rather the letter confirms, that a decision has been made. And the letter is clear that in order to ensure that the departments align their roles and responsibility with the priorities and objectives set out in the governor's manifesto, there has been a reorganization of certain offices. You confirm that is
That is true.
And the deputy governor is given a wing to preside over. Okay? The old headquarters of the county government headquarters. Is that what the letter says?
Council,
Yes.
you have 15 minutes to go.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. So, who are listed as the other departments that the deputy governor will be in charge of?
It's not indicated that I will be in charge of, but it indicates that that old county government headquarters shall house, and then list out those other departments.
Thank you. Let's go to the second letter at page 228. So number one, then, Mr. Mawira, you confirm there is nothing arbitral about this letter. because it affected the entire executive.
It is a bit in the common sense that the deputy governor cannot just be moved from his office to the whole government buildings by the chief of staff, who is a junior officer to the deputy governor.
Let us go to the document at page 228. It is a complaint, actually not a complaint, it's a letter, a memo, by the deputy governor to the county secretary. Okay?
Yes.
The deputy governor states at paragraph 2, my office was moved to the county government headquarters, annex, formerly Meru municipality offices. The offices that the deputy governor has been moved into is not sufficient to execute my constitutional duties. For efficiency in service delivery to the people of Meru, I request for additional offices for the following purposes. Then he lists them. Has there been any response to that letter, Mr. Mawira? At page 229.
Yes, there's a response.
What does the letter say? For the sake of time, let me read. Kindly note that we have an acute shortage of offices. However, as you may be aware, your office is the largest in terms of floor area and can be modified to create more space to facilitate you in execution of your constitutional mandate. Kindly, Your Excellency, if it pleases you, our Directorate of Office Accommodation will be available to make the adjustments as you require. Mr. Mawira, you confirm that the office that the deputy governor was given was indeed the offices where Governor Kiraito sat for the better part of his term.
From the letters, I can confirm, but I'm aware that that is the office that he was relocated to.
You also confirm that it is the office where Governor Munya sat throughout.
Yes.
That office was good enough for a governor and not good enough for a deputy governor. Is that what you're telling the Senate?
It was then, and that's why there were new offices brought up to accommodate the governor and the deputy governor, who then was Kreito Muronge, and the deputy Titus Tocho moved to the new building.
Mr. Mawira, is there anything impeachable with the deputy governor being given a different office where he's in charge of departments? Is there anything impeachable?
The allegation was in support of the count on vilification, demeaning, and incitement. So it hands to the weight of the evidence.
And this was the evidence used to impeach the governor. Am I right? That
yes.
The deputy governor was given an office.
Because it was used to substantiate vilification, demeaning, and incitement.
Let's go to the ground on contempt of assembly. Mr. Mawira, you confirm that the governor was first invited to appear before the House Committee.
Yes, she was.
Which date was that? And by what letter? Go to page 48 of our response, the governor's exhibit of documents. Page 48.
I'm there.
That letter is the one dated 6th of October 2023, correct?
Yes.
The letter says it's an invitation to appear before the Secretarial Committee on Justice, right?
Yes.
The governor gave an explanation as to why she could not honor the invitation. Are you aware of that letter?
Yes, it is on page.
Page 415.
Yeah, addressed to the Speaker of the County Assembly of Meru.
Sorry, that's not the one. The governor gave an explanation that she could not attend the invitation because she was attending a meeting of the deputy governor, of the deputy president of Kenya.
Yes.
You are aware of that?
I'm aware of that.
And she asked that the appearance at the county assembly be rescheduled.
Yes, that was a request.
Was that request honored? To the best of your knowledge.
There was a rescheduling of the dates of the governor to appear in the assembly.
Kindly show me where the rescheduling appears. Are you talking about the document appearing at page 413
Of your documents?
of our documents?
Yes.
Is that a second invitation to your best knowledge and understanding?
That was a summon.
That was a summon.
Yes.
So the governor's request for rescheduling of the appearance through an invitation was not even responded to.
It was responded through our summons now.
With the summons. So the governor tells you that she is attending another meeting in Nairobi for the deputy president, and she's asking for rescheduling, and what happens next is that she's summoned.
Yes, that is what happened.
Mr. Mawera, do you appreciate the difference between an invitation and summons?
Summons are issued when we fail to honor invitation.
When you fail to honor invitation?
Yes.
Did the governor fail to honor the invitation?
I want to be refreshed on the letter that she sent to the assembly. That is what I'm asking my counsel.
Did the governor fail to honor the invitation? That is
Let
my
me refresh my mind by referring to the letter that she sent, explaining why she couldn't appear. Maybe we can proceed as we source for that letter.
I put it to you, Mr. Mawera, that the governor's request was to reschedule the meeting.
Yes.
What was the wisdom of summoning the governor with penal consequences after she had sought to be excused and for rescheduling? What was the wisdom? Mr. Mawera.
I'm trying to get the letter that the governor requested for rescheduling of the meeting.
Thank you. I only have 5 minutes, Mr. Mawera.
Sorry?
I only have 5 minutes, so kindly answer my question.
Okay.
What was the wisdom of issuing summons when the governor had made a valid request? First of all, Mr. Mawera, was it a valid request for the governor to seek for postponement and rescheduling?
Yes, it was valid.
In light of our programs?
Yes, it was valid.
It was valid.
Yes.
So normally, as a county assembly.
But why I'm insisting on getting the letter, I recall that the reason why the governor couldn't appear, she stated it's because the invitation letter had been sent in a short span of time.
Assuming that is even the reason, that the notice was short, isn't it then even a more valid reason why the governor should ask for a postponement?
No, because the governor was in Meru. If that would have been the reason.
Did the speaker communicate that fact, that the governor was not going to travel to Nairobi, that she would still be in Meru, and therefore forming the basis of the summons?
No.
Then, Mr. Mawira, if I put it to you that the summons were ill-advised and unwarranted, wouldn't you agree with me?
They were issued at the discretion of the Speaker of the County Assembly.
I'm asking a simple question. If I put it to you that this issuance of the summons was unwarranted in the circumstances, wouldn't I be right?
No.
Why?
Because if the governor was in Meru, there's no way she couldn't have found little time to come address matters of grave importance to the county of Meru.
Mr. Mawira, is there anywhere in our statutes where the offense of contempt of assembly is defined?
It's a requirement of the rule of law.
Simple question. Is there anywhere in our statutes where contempt of assembly is defined?
I beg my men to be refreshed by the council because there is an act of the county government, County Assembly Powers and Privileges Act.
That says?
In our volume 3, section 22, page 62, that is, it states, no public officer shall refuse to produce before a county assembly or lab committee any paper of book record. Subsection 2, it also states,
Mr. Mawira, is there any offense known as contempt of assembly?
yes, the law is clear. County Assembly's Powers and Privileges Act, that is in our volume 3 of our documents. There is a whole part 5 explaining on invitation and summoning of witnesses to the County Assembly, and also the consequences.
And what are those consequences?
Section 22 states, subsection 3, where a county assembly passes a resolution that a county public officer has contravened subsection 1, the resolution of the county assembly shall constitute a ground for removal from office of the county public officer in accordance with the constitution or any applicable law.
Mr. Mawira, you have confirmed that the warrants, the summons to the governor were not warranted in the circumstances.
I have not confirmed that.
Mr. Speaker, sir, thank you for the opportunity. I beg for just 20 more minutes. There is a crucial issue on IFMIS that I would like to touch on. It is a crucial issue that I would like to take the witness through.
I'll give you a minute.
Thank you.
Further speaker straight these proceedings.
I understand.
We'll have 2 more witnesses.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Mawira, you accuse the governor of embezzling funds through her relatives, and one of those relatives is Nefat Kenywa.
Yes.
We confirmed that Nefat Kenywa, rather there is no evidence to support the assertion that Nefat Kenywa is a relative to the governor. With that in mind, and we also with the fact that Nefat Kenywa works in the office of the deputy governor, let us go through the infamous report. At page 22, yes.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to inform that Nefat Kenywa is not currently working in the office of the deputy governor, but is the acting director for external linkages.
That is your evidence before this court, this Senate?
Yes, the evidence is adduced.
Thank you. I'm getting you a letter to confirm. Let's go to page 345 of our of our documents, 345, Governor's response. What is the date of that letter?
8th September 2022.
The title is Deployment.
Yes.
Of one Nefat Kenywa in the office of the governor as an administrator.
Yes.
That administrator is in the office of the deputy governor.
Yes. But on the contrary, Honorable Speaker, on page 347 of the same documents, there is a letter deploying the Nefat Kenywa Meme as the director, in fact, the Directorate of External Partnerships to Affairs to perform the functions of the Office of the Director, External Partnerships, dated 9th March 2023.
That is the letter appearing at 347.
Yes.
It confirms that the position held by Mr. Nefat Nyaga is in an acting capacity.
Nefat Kenywa Meme has been deployed.
Yes.
Redeployed.
Yes, at the Directorate of External Partnership Affairs to perform the functions of the Office of the Director, External Partnership.
Yes.
With immediate effect and awaiting recruitment of a substantive director.
Yes.
So you confirm that he was only acting in this position?
There is no that is indicated it's acting, but the letter reads.
Nevertheless, Mr. Mawira, because I am pressed for time, you have accused the governor of embezzling funds through Nefat Kenywa.
Yes.
I want to take you through your own document at page 22. Volume 2.
Yes, I'm there.
Are you there?
22.
There is a specific entry, voucher number 5755.
Page?
It's page 22 of your own document.
Yes, let's proceed.
Read for me the voucher number. That is your IFMIS extract attached to your documents.
Voucher number?
Number 57552. Can you see it?
Kindly guide me.
It is entry number 10.
7572.
It is entry number 10. Page 22. Entry number 10.
67, or it's 57589. Is it?
Entry number 10, Mr. Mawira, is invoice number 57552. The documents that appear first there.
57562.
Yes, entry number 10.
Yes, 57562.
Okay. That is a payment to Nefat Kenywa Meme, right?
Yes.
And the date of that payment is 15th of February 2023.
Yes.
The amount is 54,000.
Yes.
That is your document that you
Amount
relied
is
on.
84,000, sorry.
Pardon?
The amount is 84,000.
84, correct.
Yes.
That is your own extract.
Yes.
And you're saying the governor was used to embezzle funds through this specific payment. That was your evidence.
This part of the evidence adduced.
That is part of it.
Yes.
I want you to go to page 51 of our bundle of documents. Let's go straight to page 54 actually. Forget about 51. There is a letter there.
Yes.
That letter seeks for facilitation of the deputy governor to accompany, rather for a trip to Nairobi.
Yes.
From 7th to 9th February 2023.
Yes.
The next page is page 55.
Yes.
And it confirms payments were done. And there were people who received money.
Yes.
Courtesy of this request.
Yes.
Who was the first beneficiary of that payment?
His Excellency Isaac Mutuma.
The second?
Nefat Kinywa.
The third?
Francis Mukira.
Yes.
And Christopher Gitonga.
I want you to confirm that that payment had nothing to do with the governor. And that is the payment that was done on 15th of February 2023.
It had nothing to do with the personality of the governor, but it arose from the office of the governor.
But the beneficiaries and people who signed for that money are listed there.
They are listed.
Let's go to page 21 again.
Of which document?
Of the same document, your own document, page 21. Are we there?
Page 21.
Yes.
Yes, I'm there.
I'm looking at invoice number 66549. That is entry number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Entry number 14.
Voucher number? Voucher number
66649.
66649, yes.
Yes. Again, confirm the person who was paid money is one Nefat Kenywa.
Yes, he's the one.
Let's go to page 58 of our response.
I'm there.
You confirm there is a voucher that bears the same number at the top.
Yes, 66649.
Thank you. And that invoice is supported by the letter at page 61.
By the letter on page?
61 of the same document.
Is a facilitation for
our documents, yes.
Facilitation for travel on 23rd December.
Who requests for facilitation?
Nefat Kinywa.
On whose behalf is he making that request?
On behalf of the Chief of Staff, maybe.
Who are the beneficiaries of that facilitation?
Beneficiaries are Isaac Mutuma, Agri Litinyi, Daniel
Mutuma is
Mugambi.
the deputy governor, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
At the next page is a list of people who received that money.
Yes.
And they signed against it.
The list that I have here is not signed against.
At 62.
Yes.
The names appear Isaac Mutuma.
They appear, but they have not signed against their names.
But you confirm that this is a list that was made in support of, or rather, as indicating the beneficiaries of this payment.
It indicates the beneficiaries, but I can't tell if it's in support because it's not signed.
I could go on, and let me pick just a few more. I only have 5 minutes. Again, let me go to page 27.
Page?
27.